Yahoo Sports.
Let's talk.
That Amanda Nunes wants to fight Cyborg, and he said this is the fight to make and the fight that I will make. That's the fight. Amanda Nunes, big, strong, powerful puncher. I would love to see Amanda fight Cyborg.
I remember her saying that she wasn't interested in fighting Cyborg. So this is interesting.
Yeah, she said that on the show when she was here. Yeah,
but she did say that. Well, that's how I thought I remembered it from somewhere.
Yeah.
But the thing is this. Maybe, just maybe, Amanda's seen something in these last couple of fights of Cyborg that says, hey, maybe it's not bad for me to take this. This is all me, speculating. But
it's also a big money fight, I'm sure. Who else is she going to fight?
Yeah, that's the biggest.
That
thing
is
I think available for her.
that is a. I don't see why Amanda wouldn't take it.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, she does hit
I mean,
hard.
Cyborg's a killer, but I mean, after seeing Holly go the distance, maybe she's like, hey, I could do that.
No,
Right.
yeah.
Well,
again, she
Amanda
doesn't
would
have
Amanda be the heaviest hands, I think.
She would, but she also doesn't have the same legs that Holly does. The ability to kick. You know, she doesn't have that ability.
Yeah, but
You don't want to stand there and slug with fucking Cris Cyborg.
yeah, well, she's got a big target too. She
does.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like Amanda was rumored to be fighting Raquel Pennington. Raquel Pennington broke her leg, so she's been out a while.
Is that motorcycle
Amanda
accident?
Nunes, I'm saying, she might have put on some weight now to move up.
That's
Obviously,
true.
she's gonna have to put on weight, but
And
she's
will
had
she-
time now.
But will
Don't
she
talk
be
about a
able
girl's
to?
weight.
Will she
They'll
be able to
play.
underhook her against the cage to stop? You know, I mean, she was able to really neutralize Cyborg. I don't think Cyborg was ready for that. The way Holly held her against the cage.
right.
Like that.
Not for nothing. You also got to think about Amanda is able to put people on their asses too. She's good in jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at her fight with Kat Zingano. Before Kat Zingano turned things around, she was doing damage on top. Mm-hmm. Kat Zingano is another one that I would like to see fight Cyborg. Because, listen, Cyborg, why are you leaning forward? Why am I doing that, Chris, the producer?
I heard. I think people probably heard.
No,
it.
I think it got warmer in here
Yeah.
from Jimmy's ass.
By the way, Cyborg is so great because now there's all these big money fights that she can,
Right.
everyone wants to see people fighting her.
Yeah. Well, with
I want to see Rose fight her.
No, but
think
why
that'd be fair.
why I said Kat Zingano though is because again, there's two styles that I feel possibly could beat her, and I thought Holly's style could give a lot of trouble with her with her footwork and whatnot. But hey, man, Cyborg figured out that puzzle. She stalked her down.
Yeah.
But now there's the other style that I'd like to see her fight, which is like just beast mode, like a girl like Kat Zingano that just looks to fight her way in. She's durable, you know what I mean, and she has the ability to put people on their ass.
Right.
You know, she tried to throw Ronda, which she did, but then boo,
What?
boo.
Did it get around to you? I fought it 10 minutes ago.
What the fuck? It's
the way they are. They
silent
linger.
but slow moving but deadly.
Yeah, they're around the corner, like detectives.
But we've seen though people fighting Cyborg now. They've been able to take the shot. Avenger's taken a few shots from her. Holly's gotten hit, and can go through it.
But they're
It's
not.
just
But then
Yeah, Holly
they
was
don't.
swollen shut though. Her
They
left side
don't
of her
have
face.
the ability to put her down.
Right.
Kat Zingano is tough as nails.
sure.
And,
And Amanda too.
And Amanda. These are two people that possibly could put her down.
Cyborg is saying from Invicta, Megan Anderson deserves the next title shot. But I'm telling you, Amanda Nunes is the money fight, and that's what people would want to see. And I guarantee that's the fight Dana wants to make.
Yeah.
That one, or else I'd like to see Kat Zingano.
He also updated on Robbie Lawler following that loss to RDA. He said his leg was destroyed. He blew his ACL and his meniscus and every other thing that's in your knee out in like the third round. Wobbled over to the fence, laid against it, and asked Dos Anjos to come in so they could just bang it out. He fought at least 2.5 rounds with a fucking blown out ACL and meniscus. Why? Because he said it's bad. Like he told his coaches it was bad. Wow, what an animal.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler's an animal.
Yeah.
And Marlon Moraes called out Jimmy Rivera on Twitter. I don't know why, posting about a photo of a signed bout agreement for a potential fight on February the 24th
And?
at UFC on Fox with the caption, here you go, Jimmy Rivera. I signed my bout agreement. UFC on Fox. I also agreed to fight you on March 3rd. Choose what day you want me to beat your ass, bitch. I guess they all understand now that this is the way to get things done.
Right.
Go
Well,
on.
on 219, Rivera was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz. Cruz had to pull out because he was hurt, and then he was replaced by John Lineker, who had to pull out like 2 weeks before the fight or a couple of days.
Yeah.
And Moraes was trying to step in to fight Rivera. They went back and forth on Twitter. They couldn't figure out what weight to do it at, whatever. And so I guess Marlon Moraes is saying that he was ready to fight him, and he's still ready to fight him. So
Also, Nowitzki was, I guess he was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yep.
Or JRE MMA show. I don't know if that's the podcast or if the other show.
it's just another MMA show, but it's Joe Rogan's podcast. Yeah.
And he said, Jeff said, I've said this for a while now. It would not make a lot of sense for any individual, a UFC athlete who knew, especially a champion or contender like John Jones, who knew, hey, I'm tested quite regularly in the program, would not make a lot of sense that Turinabol would be your drug of choice if you were intentionally trying to cheat. And again, I do think that what was raised by Joe or somebody, that, again, it's possibly in something that cuts cocaine. I don't want to accuse John of doing that, but that's an easier pill for me to swallow than fucking he's cheating.
Oh, for
being
sure.
dumb
yeah.
and doing coke is one thing, and being an addict. But, you know, cheating is just, and he has said nothing.
No, and he's doing the right thing. I mean, he probably should just let it play out. I think he has a hearing at some point in February, like early February, I believe. We had Jeff Nowitzki on, by the way, UF 143, and Chris Weidman was in studio. Yeah.
I remember, motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying for people if
Because
they want to
sometimes
go
I look
back,
at Chris
it's
like
good.
he
was
thinks I don't
gone.
remember.
Yeah.
He's like, he thinks I didn't know how to say Fahaz's name.
I didn't know how to say it.
Well, it's for us, but
Well, what? Listen, tomato,
no.
tomato.
Did he do it
What I say?
again?
yeah, it's okay. You got it.
Fahaz?
For us, Sahabi.
Fahaz, Faraz. Let's call the whole thing off.
Oh no.
Matt's hungry.
I can't eat.
Matt's having a cookie.
I'm eating a cookie. He's eating a...
Too bad this isn't a 2-hour podcast. By the end of the show, Matt will be hanging by his feet from the fucking pipe.
My boots are back on now.
I know they are.
Don't we have fun, Jimmy?
We do.
Do you have fun with me or are you just saying that?
I'm not a good faker. We do have a lot of fun.
All right, we do.
I'm just always tired because I go to the gym for
I always ask Chris Abuse how we're doing, and he gets like a weird look in his face. He's like, oh, good. I ain't talking about on air. Ah.
No, we're doing great. I mean, I wanted to do as well as possible too. I love doing the show.
I know you wanted to do good, but all we
It
do
is. We're doing
I'm
good,
getting
yes.
a lot of love.
That's great.
How do you think I came up with Kimura Savage? I want to thank that guy.
Eat the crumbs.
And also Genova 7. I'm gonna play with. He's a new friend of mine. We're gonna play on. He's a fan of the show.
That's great.
I talk to these guys a lot. Well, I try to talk to everybody, but I can't. It's ridiculous. But somehow some get through.
Right.
And he's the one who turned me on to some games, and he's the one who showed me how to change my profile things. I had trouble with my Steam thing.
Oh,
so
that's
thank
nice.
you, Genova.
You know what? Can I look real quick, Matt? A fan sent a question for you, and I think I took a
okay.
screenshot. Let me just.
What
make
is it?
sure
The
I got
last time I got tapped out again? You have such a great way of
No.
asking questions.
Yeah, I'll answer it for you.
What, Jimmy?
Well, I remember what the question is, and then I'll find the person's name.
Right.
But he was asking.
What is it?
He's a blue belt. He's from the UK.
Okay.
He said he just became a blue belt.
Oh,
and
congratulations.
He's wondering if there's such a thing as like the blue belt blues, essentially, where you get the blue belt and then you kind of get a little lazy or whatever, or maybe it's a winter thing. But he's wondering if that's a thing that happens.
I've heard
And he
of
just
that.
got his blue belt.
Yeah.
This might be it.
What comes after white?
It goes white, blue, purple, brown, and black. Now, this is the thing with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you don't love it for it, if you love it for just, and this might not be him,
Right.
but if you constantly need that a gold star or something to keep you, like something to feel like you got rewarded. Now, back in the day when I was training, we didn't have stripes on belts. And I totally understand why you have them now. And some people might have always had them.
Right.
But, you know, you got your belt when you got your belt. You just loved to train. And when you got your belt, it felt like a big accomplishment, especially back in the day and when I was coming up in the mid-90s, is because they don't give the belts out too often. You know, that's one of those things with jiu-jitsu. But as times, change and people like to kind of
Mark their advancement.
Well, they like to, yeah, exactly. Like they want to get rewarded for the time they put in, and it's understandable. It's understandable that a blue belt who's been there and he's practically a purple belt, that he should have 4 stripes on his belt compared to a guy who just got his blue belt, and you don't know how fresh it is. Maybe it just looks like a newer belt. You know what I mean?
It lets you know. It's almost like a
Yes.
close-up of a ruler. You can see more of the measuring stick towards the next number as opposed to just a distance where you see the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you can look at a belt with 4 stripes, a little faded, be like, all right, that dude's practically.
He's closer to purple.
Yes.
How long is between blue and purple, roughly?
That is what I was going to get at, because that's probably the biggest jump.
Is
you
it?
know? Yeah. blue to purple. Purple to brown is also there. Brown to black's probably the shortest because you're right there. But, well, not necessarily. But I'm going to say blue to purple might